Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to add the Post My Party app that I use for doing parties essentially. And there's a lot of different apps you can add. Post My Party is just one that I use. You could use Cinche Share to do parties and you can build it in there much like I built the party template that Sandy Daniels created in the Facebook group she shared with us. So I just took a lot of that, added a few, made it my own. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that and some of the other apps that I use in Facebook. StreamYard is one, and I find that one really handy for posting things like this video. We're going to get started here. I'm going to get this on full screen and show you guys what I did as we went here. So yeah, StreamYard's a really handy one if you want to do videos and post them as lives. But here we're going to go into the Facebook group. I'm starting in Chelsea's Facebook group and into her settings. So you want to go into a group that you already have existing. So Chelsea made her Facebook business page and she added me as an admin because I'm going to help her run her Facebook party. But you would do this the same just as I was doing it in your own group with your own account and whichever you were going to use, whichever app you're going to use to share your party. So we're going to start with group settings. You see where I'm pointing there? And tap on that. And then scroll all the way to the bottom. Like, it's not very intuitive. Like, I really had to dig for this and find another tutorial like this one. So right at the very bottom, there's no apps in there yet. So we're going to add this little pencil there. And again, it's not very intuitive. You have, well, how do I add the app? You have to scroll down again. Even on my full screen on my laptop, I had to figure out scrolling down and then hit add apps. And from here, in the search option, I would just type Post My Party. The first time I searched for it, and Facebook glitches out on and off as I'm trying to type that in. The first time I typed it in, I put a space between Post My and Party, and it didn't show up. So Post My Party, if you're using that one, needs to be one full word. So I think it just got as far as Post My, and then it pops up. It might be, it's just the screen share and Facebook not getting along here. But yeah, there it is, Post My Party. So you just click on that. And then read the terms and agreements and policies and such if you want, and then hit add. And then what that does is it allows your Facebook group to talk to Post My Party and vice versa. So now Post My Party, see you have one app in there. If you go into edit, you should see it there, and you can remove it later if you want. Like I had Cinche Share in here because I was using it, but it kept screwing up my formatting. Some people love it and it works great for some people. It doesn't matter which app you use or if you schedule manually, scheduling a party is it's the way to go. Life gets in the way pretty quick. Okie dokes. So I'm going to show you Post My Party now. So if you don't have a Post My Party account, pardon me, just going to drink my water there. You can get a 14-day free trial. You can sign in straight with Facebook, but it's going to bounce back here and show you where to find the free trial. So you can here try for free. There's so many different spots on this page to try the free. It's 14-day free trial. The pricing, it is $10 US, I think, like $9.95 US. So whatever that converts to in Canadian dollars now. I'm always reluctant to spend more money on my business when I'm just starting it out, but this one is definitely it saves me a lot of time. My parties look a lot more professional now that I'm using it because posts are done consistently and on time. And if there's one thing you guys hear me talk about a lot lately, it's consistency. Consistency is one of the biggest keys to success. So you're going to go into parties in your dashboard here. Now I have a list. So this was Margaret's that I did. So you won't have any lists in your party when you first start unless you go into the templates. I'll show you how to share a link here. So I have the link to this one here, the beta template, that I can share with you, and then you can take it and make it your own. So we're going to go into edit here. And this link I can share with you guys, and you can take all this and edit it as you like to make it your own. I found that, here we go. I'm recording over, yes, you just change the name of it. So I'm changing it to Chelsea here. This is Chelsea's launch party. There we go. And then I'm enabling this template to be shared, because once we fart around in here, I want Chelsea to be able to take her template once she makes this her own and turn it into her template that she can share as she builds her team and such too. Now, one important thing is we don't want to cookie cutter this. We want to change. Oh, first, sorry. I always usually choose multi-picture. Even if I think I'm only going to post one, it's just easier to start with multi-picture than if I decide I want to add a couple more. But video link and multi-picture, those are the two that I use a lot. Yes, change your wording in here. Like you have mine and Sandy's, like I took Sandy's wording and changed it and made it my own, but change as much of the wording in here as you can to make it sound more like you. When Facebook sees and reads the same stuff over and over again, it brings our algorithm down. So you don't want to use my exact wording, because Facebook's going to notice that and go, well, we've already seen this being used by somebody else a bunch of times. Maybe it's not that important to show to other people because it's not new, right? Facebook wants to show people new things. So you can change your times down here. I'm going to start at 11:30 for this one. And you can just, yeah, so day one, this is day one post and the time that I want that to start, right? So technically this is over 3 days. Now I usually do like the welcome post, like those first few days of posts, because you're just doing 1 or 2 a day. I do those posts manually. But then when it actually comes time to getting like the party started, then this is when I trigger day 1, 2, and 3. So in this, I thought that we could use this to adjust it so it would just space out the timing on, yeah, the copy the template and the updated. So I thought we could use this to, I'm going to pause that. I thought we could use this to adjust the timing in here so it would space them out evenly an hour apart, but all it did was add an hour. So to adjust the timing, you need to go in here and like manually adjust each time. But you can do it right here. You don't have to, in there, you're going to edit everything, or you can one at a time edit with these little guys here, the little pencils. So it's pretty easy to just quickly, this isn't a super savvy app to use, but I find it simple enough. There's not an app for your phone, but on the mobile web version, it works fine. I don't have any issues with it. I find it easier to use than anything I've used before. It's simple. So you can change all the times, space them how you want. And then, yeah, it's going up here and showing you that too. See, I'm going to have to do all of those manually. Not a big deal. I recorded this in StreamYard, now I'm doing the voiceover on my phone. Yeah, see, it's super simple. Just tappity tap, tap, tap. And to 10:30. And click. But yeah, you want it like some of these pictures you might not like as much. You might have other ones. There's always new pictures coming available. You can easily add different ones. So in our dashboard now, we want to make sure that it's going to talk to the right party. Let's jump back over to here, right? So here we're going to go to schedule a party. So if you don't already have a group created where you want to send it, you need to have that group created with the app inside it before you try to do this part. So that's important. So before this step, make sure your group or page or wherever you want Post My Party to send posts to needs to be created with the app installed. So in a personal group here, Now, it'll tell you, like, so if it's available here, just click on that and it'll show. Chelsea's does show. But if it doesn't show, then you go to here, click here to do so, and then make sure that your Facebook is linked properly with it. Sometimes you have to relink it before it shows up. I haven't had a problem with it yet, but as long as the app is in that group or page, it should work fine. So we'll head back here, schedule the party, and we'll find Chelsea's party again. So she had a personal group. And I'm going to find it there. Just click to accept it and hit next. You can go back if you clicked the wrong one, and then you pick the start date. Now I'm not going to fill any of this in here because we want to edit this before we use it for Chelsea's party. But Mountain Standard, my English is broken. When I find Mountain Standard Time, and it takes me an extra minute here, I go past it a couple times. Oh, but it's in here right near the top. Yep, so pick the time zone you want to be using. So maybe you're posting a party for somebody on the East Coast, so you'd want to choose a different time zone for that, right? And post it to be congruent with when they're going to be online, right? But I'm not going to hit the trigger on this one because we're not ready to do that yet. But the most important part is to make sure that your group settings, you have the app added, that you want to talk to the group to do the posting for you. And then find the group. Once that app's in there, Post My Party should be able to see it. And that's it. So I'll stop this recording and the broadcast. And yeah, I think that's it. So give that a go. If you have any questions, message me. I'll help you out. And I'm really super excited to get this rolling. This has made parties so much freaking easier for me. I'm not a big Facebook party fan, but they do work. I mean, they're not always 100% successful, but I've had some where there's crickets, and then I have some where they're really successful. But the only way they can be successful is if you are consistent and you look professional. My first few parties that I did, my posting was really mistimed, and it just didn't look good. It wasn't flowing. I didn't look like a professional person doing those parties. Where now with this app, or if you want to post manually, however you schedule your apps, then you get like a crisp, more professionally laid out result at the end. So yeah, I really strongly recommend, if you don't use Post My Party or Cinche Share, that you at least manually schedule them inside of your group. We can do another video on that later. But that is it. I'll get this posted for you guys to check out, and let's give it a go.